any second now, sometime in the next couple of minutes. So I figured I would jump on here, and I'm inside my truck because it's all decked out, and I could smoke in here. I'm over at my my sister's house, and it's a lot more quiet out here. I was thinking about doing it in there, but it's just easier. Anyway, um, so yeah, you know what? I'm so happy to be done with this fucking year, dude. For real. Hey, what up, Renee? What up, Glenn? How you guys doing? Happy New Year, right? Yes, exactly. uh, I'm super stoked to be over with this. It's just unfortunate that our fuckhead president just fucked everything up for everybody. Like, this is so fucking terrible, you know? Like, I mean, like, it really like affected everybody, dude, in just the worst fucking way. Um, yeah, Happy New Year to you too. Absolutely. Um, yeah. So, there's a lot of cool things going on in the world of ufology. Obviously, everyone's going to know about the omnibus bill being passed by Congress. So, for the Pentagon's defense budget, if the Pentagon wants to get paid, they have to give us all their UFO information every 6 months. They have to report all their findings that they have and any new findings that they gain. And I knew this was going to happen. Like, well, they said this was going to happen. Did I actually believe that this would be implemented on a defense bill? No. I love to just believe, I'm like, yay, wouldn't that be nice? But I didn't seriously think that would happen. And they fucking did it. They fucking pulled it off. What up, Cobra? That's exactly what we're talking about. Um, well, that's the thing. It's like, you guys remember, disclosure already happened, all right? That shit happened in 2017 with the New York Times article, all right? At that point, that was the Pentagon coming out and admitting, yes, when they gave us the videos and shit like that, they're like, yes. And then the videos got verified through the Navy and everything that, yes, this is legitimate, So that was our time to cheer. So we missed it, which is unfortunate because we have so many Tom DeLonge haters that we missed the one thing that we've been all rooting for. Hey, Lavera, Happy New Year. But yeah, I'm super impressed that they were able to get this piece of legislation in the omnibus, but in our bill for our defense budget. And it's not written in the bill. It's a stipulation made by the Senate Intelligence Committee and shit like that. So they're like, yeah, so basically they're like, yeah, do it, make it happen, or your money's gonna get blocked. And obviously they have to do it every year, so if they fuck with them this time, they will get fucked next time, so they're not gonna do it. Now, what's supposed to happen from that? The UFO task force is going to come in and collect data from all the branches of military. What are they actually going to do? That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so first and foremost, the only one I care about for branches of the military is the Navy. I don't care about the Air Force. I don't care about the Army. None of that shit, I don't care about any of that. Hang on, my homie Dinkum just hit me up. I gotta tell him I'm live. I don't know what time it is over there. Maybe it might be early or something. Fucking Australians, man. Reconnect. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I just want to see the Navy, okay? And since it's the Department of Navy Intelligence that runs the UFO program, since it's the Navy Intelligence that runs it, that's who I want to see. I want to see their information. However, That's and you know, and I've said this since from the beginning. There's a reason why there are no smoking gun classified documents that are being released. All right. I love the Black Vault. I love what they do. But they will never prove anything. All right. Because there's never going to be information put down like that'll be classified to a point where it's going to be able to get released through freedom of information. All that stuff with the UFOs and stuff is going to be part military and part private, guaranteed. Because there's no way the military would invest 100% into it. I just don't see it happening. And I don't see a company investing 100% into it because it's, up in, basically speculation to everybody else. There's very little to go off. So it would have to be half and half from each. That's something that they do all the time. Just look at DARPA, just look at MIT, all right, and DARPA and how the military goes and recruits these, college kids or whatever. They give them money like whatever crazy fucking experiment they come up with, whatever, money is nothing to them. They're like, yeah, go ahead. For just crazy fucking experiments, like another person, like a family man wants to go and get a loan because he wants to open up a bakery, for, needs a loan for $100,000. He's got to fucking come up with all this fucking shit and, put his house on and just all kinds of crap just for that from a bank, But these kids, they come up with an idea. They're like, you know what? I think I could make, robots kill people like through the internet. And they're like, here's $30 million, fucking make it happen. They're like, I can build a fucking, aircraft that goes fucking Mach 15. Do it. Here's $200 million, whatever. They just give them money like crazy. So there's parts where it's part military, part private, and that shit works the best. That's where like our best work is done. So I could see that definitely being the case. Now, as my predictions for what companies are going to be involved with something like that, probably the Rand Corporation, probably Lockheed Martin, Raytheon. I think the real cool stuff is going to be, hey, what up, Dinkin? You fucking Australian bastard, I love you. I think the really cool part will probably be the geospatial information and recordings that they have on UFOs coming from the NRO, the National Reconnaissance Organization. So they probably got the most interesting data on the UFO phenomenon. What up, Bob? How you doing, buddy? Sorry for texting me while you're live. Shut the fuck up, Dinkum. You get that rule does not apply to you, motherfucker. You can text anytime you want, man. Yeah. So probably those corporations probably have really something to do with it, and the NRO, which is like our main intelligence agency, although most people think it's the CIA or the NSA, or it's not. It's the NRO, because all the information that the CIA and the NSA and FBI or whoever, all the information that they get, all the fucking technical data and shit from with their means. Sorry, reconnecting. There we go. Yeah. So and you gotta remember, there's yay, it's midnight. Hey, Happy New Year. Right? We just hit it. It just hit. Right? Yes. Fuck the countdown. I don't count down for nothing, dude. Okay? You know what? You know what just happened? America's balls just dropped. Normally in New York, the big ball drops. Well, this year, our balls dropped. And we just fucking sprouted one single pube. That's right. Now it's time to fucking get rid of Trump and fucking let that pubic hair just fucking fly, dude. Fucking show it to the world. We're men. fucking balls dropped. Our voices got deep. I want to make out with babes. I guess that's like how America would sound in my mind. Um, Times Square. Fuck Times Square. Fucking losers. Even before coronavirus, you would never catch me dead at fucking Times Square on New Year's Eve. There's too many people. I don't like people that much. That's why I love YouTube, because I get to interact with my audience and still I get to perform and entertain you guys and that stuff. And I don't have to be around you. You know, at any time I'm ready, I just go away. So, you know, um, yeah, yeah, I'm a rebel. I'm just a loner, I guess. I'm just too cool for everybody. You know, that's what it could be taken that way. The truth is, I'm too much of a nerd for everybody. I'm such a fucking nerd that people just get bored hanging out with me. Like, really, dude? I talk about the dumbest shit, dude. Right? My president is Donald J. Trump. Hell yeah, John Falcon. Woo! Donald J. Trump. For like 20 days, dude. And he's your man. How much more shit can he fuck up? A lot. I'm sure of it. Oh, finally a fucking spotlight went out, dude. Thank God. Um, yeah, good. Good riddance to him, dude. What a terrible guy. You know? I mean, what a disgusting fuck. To do that to so many people is not right. I don't care what you support him all you want. Whatever. If you can't admit that what that guy did was fucked up, there's something wrong with you. Because what he did was fucked up. Period. And I don't like to start fights with, Trump supporters because, the majority of my, subscribers are Trump supporters. I have to say, just like I do with UFOs, I gotta tell the truth. I gotta tell the truth about this. It was fucked up, dude. He fucked a bunch of families over fucking Christmas and shit. Like, what kind of a Grinch fucking does that, dude? You know? What are you gonna do? Hey, what up, Derek? How you doing, buddy? The most isolated year of my life. It literally meant no difference. I'm like, I did the exact same shit I always do. I just don't hang out with people, dude. I don't know what it is. Like, when I go out and I perform live, I get all the fucking hanging out I need done. I get it all done in like half an hour or however long I'm on stage or performing or whatever. That's it. And after that, I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to fucking hang out with nobody, do nothing, and I just sit by myself and fucking read and shit and fucking write comedy or fucking music or whatever, dude. And I'm just like this fucking loser loner fucking. And it's not like I'm fucking like, oh, just not cool. I'm cool. And that's like, oh, I'm not better than everybody. No, I'm fucking just like everybody else. I'm just weird. I don't know. What are you gonna do? Anyway. Back to the UFOs. A happy new year. Yeah, so the NRO, I believe, is going to have the most interesting data available for UFOs, and I'm just wondering, are we going to be able to get that from them? Obviously, they're going to do whatever the Pentagon tells them to do. All right, and that's the thing. Nowadays, people aren't just like, oh, they're like, oh no, we're keeping a secret. We're just not going to give them the information. That's not what they did. That's not what they did then. That's not what they do now. All right. They literally don't care. Okay. They're not impressed with UFOs. They don't believe in them. They don't have time for them, especially when you're that high up in the government, in the military. UFOs is literally the last fucking thing on your mind. What you're worried about is, are your men going to live? Are you keeping your men alive? That's what matters. Okay. UFOs, something that we don't know what it is the last fucking thing they're thinking about. So they don't want to, if they're ordered to do it, they will do what they're ordered to do. What their commander in chief instructs them to do, that's what they'll do. What the Joint Chiefs of Staff tell them to do, that's what they're going to do. But do they keep records? Do they keep that data of UFOs? I would assume so. But I would assume that information because of, what it shows, would probably be really heavily classified. And at first, before like the announcement of UFOs, uh, that would probably be really scary information to see. So you guys gotta remember, okay, so these guys like the NRO, fucking DARPA and shit are like 45 years. This is how they try to work. They try to project 45 years in the future that their technology is. So where they're at right now, it will take 45 years for just the average citizen to get to that level of technology. Um, and this is true, and they've demonstrated time and time again. Uh, and so you got to consider, like, I mean, just fucking that kind of, power that they couldn't even, couldn't duplicate. So, I mean, that's scary information to have. And like we have Google Earth, all right. The NRO has Google Earth Live, all right. So they can look anywhere on the Earth live and live stream right there, no delay. Not like, oh, that was updated like 5 minutes ago, and there's no updating. It's live streamed, high definition. And in fact, it goes even beyond that. If actually, I did a video about it. There's a program in the black budget called Argus, and in fact, the FBI was busted spying on normal citizens in Utah with their planes, and not only were they spying on them, but they were using a device. It was codenamed Argus. Unfortunately, the journalist doing the investigation did not know what Argus was. He had no idea. I do. There's a video on my channel what it is. Excuse me. Because the guy who built Argus was discussing it, and he's like, so the project itself, what they're doing, is not a classified project, all right? How they're doing it and the full capabilities are classified, but just a little bit that he gave us lets us know that, I mean, it's unbelievably powerful. So Argus is a camera system that's like 1 million or 1 billion pixels, and it whatever it sees, what its lenses can see, any moving object that moves within its vision gets tracked. And so every different object, you'll see a different shape and a different color tracking the moving object. So it might be a blue square, and then something else moves, and that might be a pink triangle. You get it? So they'll have endless combinations. And at the time, in that video, Argus could track up to 65 moving targets. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Fuck yeah, you're the man. Dude, look at this fucking way. What a way to start the fucking year. Okay, why don't you guys be like motherfucking my boy Dinkum over here and fucking hit that super chat up, or fucking shoot it to my PayPal, or support me on Patreon, or just give me fucking money, whatever. Thank you, Dinkum. You're the man, brother. Love you. Yeah. What was I saying? Argus. That's right. So that's a real thing, and this was years ago. God, I don't even know when I put that video out. It was like 2015 or something. So and it was being used on planes, and it's advanced beyond that. So it gets used on satellites, and they could keep a satellite over an area indefinitely if they want to. Thank you, brother. And they record it nonstop. And so literally, this is actually, it's creepy, but it's kind of cool because say they're watching let's just say they're watching Washington D.C. Okay, and they just watch it for 6 months. All right. Well, in that 6 months time, say somebody gets murdered, they could, in theory, go and see where they found the victim. See this. Oh, this is where the victim's laying. They could go back in time and watch how the victim got there, who brought them there, and follow them back to their house, And they demonstrated that they already had this ability with the original Argus, from fucking 5 years ago or whatever. They could do that. I mean, that's fucking scary. I mean, I don't know if I want, that kind of power, the government to have that kind of power over us. Over the rest of the world, though, meh, you know. Well, that's why we're the big dogs, you know. Isn't that cool, Bob? Right? It's pretty interesting. It's scary, but they could do that, and I'm just saying that's just like one application. Okay, there's so many different applications for that kind of um, uh, technology, especially with collecting data and information and you know geospatial fucking reconnaissance and stuff. That's like top of the line. Uh, we could set a satellite in geosynchronous orbit and watch any of our enemies or allies, whoever we would like, whatever, and you know, so you could just go backwards in time and see exactly what happened and where it happened and how it went down. Well, that fucking piece of technology right there, no doubt in my mind, has caught UFOs. And there's probably more advanced technology that's caught UFOs. Um, where the big dogs love the USA, right? That's right. Kind of like Minority Report. Yeah, that's what's scary. So you don't want to have that much power. Now, if they couldn't, like, not like a precog, couldn't prevent it. But you're not gonna get away with it, you know. Because it's like as soon as they found the body, it's like they would just go back in time and follow exactly how did the body get there. They could see all this shit, dude, and they go back for months or however long they've been recording for. So, I mean, it's pretty scary. But imagine seeing that with the UFO. Okay, I mean, that would be cool to catch that on fucking film. I mean, you might only see it for a couple seconds, and that'd be cool. All right, but then there's other technology you got to add onto this as well. Okay, so our when a plane flies, or like our Navy jets, the plane itself, the fighter jet itself, has its own radar system, right? And then the aircraft that's supporting it, or the aircraft carriers that are supporting it, have their own radar, correct? All right. So really advanced planes, like Americans' planes, also have another form called Lidar, and many people don't know what that is, but it's a type of radar that's actually taking pictures, taking slices of the radio band, all right, and it takes an image of it and it records an image of the radio band slice, and it goes all the way down all the different bands that it can around the target. So whatever the target's being hit, it records all the bands down to like the most minute detail, and it literally will give you a three-dimensional rendering of whatever object it's hitting in its radar. Okay, so it's like our you don't even have to see it. And if you hit a plane with lidar, it's like, oh, okay, with regular radar it's like, oh, it's a plane because there's a blip up there telling you it's a plane with radar. But with lidar you could say, oh, that's actually a stealth bomber. You would know the exact type because it would show you the shape of it. And these 3D models of whatever they use this all the time. In fact, this technology is actually used commercially with drones. Being a drone man myself, this is something I was actually looking into. They use it for mapping and surveying land and shit like that. So yeah, I was considering doing something like that. And it would be really, really cool to have a drone using lidar. But I mean, obviously, lidar is not that powerful. But so Dinkum Austin is making a great point. He's saying lidar can even do ground penetrating imaging. Yes, it can. Into the ground, it could see an object. All right. So lidar is really powerful. There's no doubt in my mind that the Navy's lidar goes beyond like what the shit that we know about. There's no doubt that they've caught in UFOs have passed through the beams of lidar, and they've had complete three-dimensional renderings of UFOs. So not just a fucking ball of light in the sky, and not just a videotape of a disc, but an actual three-dimensional rendering of an alien craft from another world. They know exactly what it looks like. I mean, that must be mind-blowing. Uh, and to the people who are catching it, it's probably fascinating. And do they get to sit and enjoy it? No. They're just like, oh, okay, well, that's not our job. On to the next thing. Lock it up in this or whatever. On to the next thing. You got to remember, they're working. They're not hunting UFOs. They're doing their job. So it's like they come across that stuff. That stuff gets, logged away or thrown away or forgotten about. I'm sure, no doubt. I'm sure NORAD has tossed out tons of UFO sightings and reports, right? So Lidar is like the Predator. Yes. you know, uh, it's fucking awesome. It's cool that it has like that three-dimensional rendering, and we have the most powerful lidar in the world, along with the radar and shit. Our shit's just, you know, just top notch. Um, so you have to compete with lidar. You have to compete with Argus. Um, and then not only that, but we also we record the acoustic sounds of the ocean, of the upper atmosphere, of the troposphere and the stratosphere, and uh, so we know exactly what's going on up there as well, uh, and it's it's interesting how they say, oh, Space Force. Space Force has been around forever. It's called the Air and Space Command, was the original name for it, and there was our own space plane, and people like fucking ignore this fact because when they talk about science or NASA and space flight, they're like, well, we don't even have a space shuttle, let alone a shuttle that can fly itself and then land. Like look where SpaceX is at. They're uh, using straight up rockets, the old style, and landing the rockets itself, and so they can reuse it. That's where they're at. But they're nowhere at a fucking a vehicle that can take off from its own power, fly to outer space and fly around and then fly back. I mean, the space shuttle couldn't even fly. You guys gotta realize that too. People see that, oh, it's a plane. It's not a plane. It can't fly. It doesn't have any engines. Those engines are not engines. Those are attached to the boosters that break away. And then it's just a glider. That's all it can do. Just glide. So it's not a jet. But the military has a fucking space plane that will take off under its own power, fly to outer space, do its mission, and fly back. And it's ignored. It's not really ignored. It's just like they're just like, yeah, well, let's just keep it on the DL because they don't want people thinking about it. Because it's right now they're just using it to collect reconnaissance, I guess. I don't know what the fuck they're using it for. Probably just more or less to proofs, like proving a theory on something, more or less. Luna Sparkles is saying, am I picking up where I left off on the other chat? Oh, well, smoke weed. That's right. Exactly where you picking up. Yep. Fred Wise is saying, I saw a TR3B tonight in Reading, Pennsylvania at 12:30 a.m. No drinking, no drugs. I have video also. Send me that video, Fred. Dinkum, can you share? Someone post my email for him, please. I want to see that. Bob Gray is saying air, sea, land, and now cyber, correct. But that's how you do it. That's like you got to always be that many steps ahead and thinking like that. And like I said, and I put a video out about this a while ago, and I still believe that I will be proven correct in the end. That they will use AI to prove the existence of extraterrestrials, or that we, as just an average citizen of planet Earth, could use it to determine or to give us, enough assurance that it's true, without actually having an alien in front of you, that showed you it came from another planet. Without actually having that, I think we could develop AI enough to the point where its calculations and predictions would be trusted to the point where you just be like, okay, if it says it, then it's true. Just like we believe, when a calculator does a calculation, we're like, yeah, but that answer, we believe it's just without question, because we know how awesome it is and correct that it will be. Same thing will happen with AI, and AI will be used to prove extraterrestrials exist. In fact, UFOs are in fact real and are extraterrestrial. Cool. You got to consider. Happy New Year, Steve. Um, that's right. Hell yeah. He's saying Happy New Year. Glad you're still around. UFO proof rules. That's fucking right. Tell him, Steve. um, yeah, Say that I think AI will. You guys think so? Say you take Project Blue Book. Say you take Project Sign, you take Project Grudge, you take MUFON, you take CUFOs, you take fucking every organization from around the world that collects information on UFOs, every YouTube channel that produces videos on UFOs, every web page that writes about UFOs. All of this information could be collected by AI, all right, by just, surfing the web or doing whatever. It could collect all the data from around the world of every UFO report, all right? Now, it would take all this information and then it would aggregate it into a predictive model like we already do with Google. So you're typing in a word and you just get a couple letters in and boom, it knows the word. Oh my God, it's fucking psychic. No, it's not psychic. It just it aggregates all the stuff that you type, and it says, okay, well, this is most likely what he's writing. So I'll throw this up, and it's usually right. So we can use that same software to create a predictive model. Not that it's this is a psychic fucking ball that's going to tell you the future. No, a predictive model, so you get as close as you can, is like your most educated guess possible. And it could be right. That doesn't mean that it's always going to be right, or that it's psychic or something. It's just taking the information that it has and aggregating it and then using a predictive model. I believe that if we do that even right now, like if we wanted to put up the money to fucking pay to have AI do that. Say if we wanted to use like AlphaGo to do that, we could do it, and I bet you it could do it right now. In fact, I believe if the AI is powerful enough, say it's one that's using quantum computing, that not only would it, prove the existence of extraterrestrials, but I believe with the proper information inputted into it, it would give us a predictive model of where and when a UFO will occur. All right. So like using the same predictive model, same software, it would say, oh, you could go to Portland at 9:30 at night, look out to the east, and you should see a UFO. Like I believe AI would be powerful enough to make those kind of predictions, and that in fact, I believe we could actually do it now if we wanted to put up the money to get one of these programs to run that, that kind of equation, which is actually a really simple one. It's really simple. Maybe we should start some kind of thing to get what's his fuck. Who's the one rich fucking Bigelow fuck? He loves UFOs. He's got a ton of money. Maybe we start like some kind of campaign to get him to fucking put up the funds and have a AI make a predictive model to aggregate all UFO information and give us a predictive model. It's a real simple fucking thing. Fuck, we could probably do it ourselves, dude. I mean, I guess in theory I could I could write the code for it in theory. In reality, it would never get done. Half of it might, and then I would just give up. And I'd be like, you know what? and it broke. Oh yeah, I came in, I went to work on it, and someone spilled coffee on it. Gone. So I'm gonna go get some bagels. Gotta go. You know, I would just give up because coding shit is fucking tedious and boring, and I fucking zone out like you would not believe. And it's a pain in the butt, dude. And like having to go like I don't know, I can't just fucking code. I have to use a book. And so I'm sitting there fucking going from page to fucking screen, from page to screen, and I'm dyslexic. So I have to fucking read the same thing like 10 times to make sure I got it right. And I'm like, that's how, like when I was younger, I had issues trying, uh, educating myself because I couldn't focus because I had dyslexia. I couldn't read. So the only way to get myself past that was to read the same thing. I have to read it over and over and over again. And then I understand because I read something, but it just doesn't click. And so I read it over and over again. And then I make sure I'm like, okay, I know what every word says. And now I'm sure that my brain will process the information correctly. Uh, and so trying to code something like that, no, dude. Uh, um, Especially when you could just have someone do it. Someone's already done it, someone who knows what they're fucking doing, you know. Yeah, I'd love to see AlphaGo or DeepMind or something, do that kind of model, you know. I'm telling you, there's all these different ways for people are like, oh yeah, this is how we're gonna have first contact, or this is, all these like really generic, basic, ideas and shit like that. And as like, I think, with just a little thinking outside the box and incorporating all the tools available, there's much more efficient ways, and ways would probably get more accurate readings and measurements than like they're just generic fucking ideas of, well, let's just go outside and just fucking stare, fucking and just hope for the best. Or we could all get into a meditative circle and fucking jerk off the guy next to you, right? Don't worry, because the guy next to you will be jerking you off, right? And then we'll all just look up as soon as we bust a nut. Hopefully a UFO will be up there. And if not, at least we busted a nut. Okay? It's not really a bad idea. All right, let's do a circle jerk. You know what I'm saying, though? These just like real, just like generic, rudimentary fucking ideas of what we're gonna do when, if you stop constraining yourself to say, oh, okay, well, this would stop me, like a budget. That's all. It's like a lot of people, oh, well, no one has the money for that. Fuck all that. All right. It's like when you do something, don't think about shit that can't be done. That's one thing. Like um, as telling my boys, Blake and Brent, for writing scripts and stuff. I was writing some stuff for them, and they're like, oh well, we have this budget we were on, so we can only shoot here, shoot there. Because I was like, I'm writing scripts. Motherfuckers are flying around the world and all kinds of shit, and they're like, we can't we can't film this. The logistics of this just aren't going to work. It can't be done. I'm like, that's not my concern, okay? You can do it or you can't. I don't fucking care. Or like, listen, all right, when you're writing it, you put it out there like you have everything, and just throw it out there and see if, and try to make it fucking work. You know, there's got to be better fucking ideas. And you gotta get different people involved. People like a Elon Musk. People like fucking um Brian Greene or other physicists, or Bob Lazar, stuff like that. And people who have you know a an understanding of like theoretical physics, and then a background in mechanical engineering. So you really want them to kind of have both, and then and try to get a group of them working on it. Like take To the Stars Academy. I think they're going in the right direction. I mean, Even though obviously I hate them all for some reason, because it appeases my friends. But I think they're going in the right direction. However, the one thing I do think they're missing is the mechanical engineers. I don't think they have enough of them, like on ground, fucking with boots on the ground, working side by side with their theoretical physicists. Um, I know they have some good mechanical engineers there, guys who work for Lockheed, for Skunk Works and shit. And I know they have good physicists like Hal Puthoff and stuff like that. But these guys are not working hand in hand together. And I think that's where they're missing out. They're each doing their own department, then their own thing, and then all that stuff is getting put together as, all being presented to the board or whatever. Uh, and I think they should be teaming up together like like you would at CERN, like you were, to have the particle accelerator actually function properly, you have to have the theoretical physicist and the mechanical engineers. You have to have both of them. Just one of them can't do it. They need each other to have it done, because each of them only understands one part of the fucking of the mathematics and the fucking the engineering to make it work. The physicist can tell you the fucking exact, equation of the exact fucking formula, whereas the engineers are, close enough. That's all they need. That's all they need. The engineers we just need close enough to make it work. That's what I like. It's cool. But I think if they work together, uh, that they could probably put forth ideas that would, probably, work a lot better than what they're trying to do now. I mean, I like the at least coming up with the different concepts of the capabilities of UFOs. I thought that's fascinating, but that's all that is just the concepts. Okay, cool. So you can write science fiction and you really put some thought into it. Awesome. you know Fucking now you have to take that and work with the mechanical engineers to make something happen, whether it's they're build a machine, or they write software, or they fucking you catch a fucking alien with a net. I don't know, I'm just saying. You get what I'm saying? That fucking they need to team up together to make that shit work. um yeah. Aliens cannot swim good or run 5 miles, right? Hell, for all you know, dude, they'll fucking moonwalk up your ass, dude. You don't know shit, huh? Right? Aliens are porno stars on Sirius, right? And alien head and Tesla ball doing. Oh yeah, right. Fuck, dude. Hang on a second. It is fucking funny, man. Can you see him in chat? Ah, damn, fucking light came on. You see that fucking shit? Let's go over here in the dark thing. Yeah, this is what these this is like what they're looking at. What the fuck? The hell am I doing? Well, it was New Year's, right? That counts, right? So fucking stupid. I don't know why I do that shit. Well, you know what? It entertains me, goddammit. Um, yeah, so, where were we? Yeah, I think TTSA is on the right path to getting, getting that shit accomplished. If they can stick it through. I just don't think, I don't think any of these guys ever really fucking, put enough on. I don't think they don't have the right people because they don't have experiencers in the fucking in the group with them. Have they talked to them? I'm sure they have to have. Has one of them maybe had a sighting? Sure, probably, maybe. but there's a tremendous difference between someone who sees a UFO and a UFO experiencer. Uh, they're just not even on the same page. So that's really, I think, what they need. So you get a real UFO experiencer. Not I'm not saying an abductee. Okay, that's definitely not what I'm saying. In fact, I think that would be bad for it. Um, so not an abductee, but like my style of experiencer. So like a class 2 UFO experiencer. Um, basically, it's my experience is just like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, except I didn't get on the mothership with the alien. Everything else. Okay, that's the kind of experience you want, because it's something that happens quite often. In fact, that's why they put this in the movies. So experiences where the UFO continues to come around the same person for forever, for a long time, and they constantly see them, and, they have urges to go and see them in the middle of the night, and they have these weird feelings and emotions over UFOs, and then weird high strangeness starts happening, and like you get obsession, and then you get close encounters where it's like, I mean, fucking, you know, I've seen some shit, man. Uh, yeah, and so like having a real experiencer on the ground with them, I think could help relate at least what they know. As long as you could get one who's not like some esoteric fuck. And I think that's one of the biggest problems. Is that, first of all, when you become an experiencer or you even have a UFO sighting, it fucking changes you. Okay, it changes you. When you become a UFO experiencer, you almost definitely fall off the edge, and I would say maybe less than 1% of people are able to bring themselves back. It is so fucking. It was probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life. Was bringing myself back over the cusp of insanity, um, and just letting myself go down the fucking rabbit hole because it's so easy and it feels right. It's what you want to do. It feels good to do it. It feels correct. It makes you feel better when you do it. To fight that and to deny yourself is so fucking difficult. But that's the only way to get to the truth. And having someone like that is the only way you're going to be able to have an actual, you know, you could actually, take what they're saying as, okay, this is credible. So, this is what they, like, that's one thing. I, I don't ever add anything to my UFO sightings, okay, to my experiences, my sight. What happened is what happened. What I say happened, that's happened. Whether it sounds cool or it doesn't, you know, that's it. Uh, it never changes. It's always just, this is how it happened. This is how I felt. And I don't try to make assumptions of anything. Uh, I don't know what's inside a UFO. I've never seen an alien. I don't know what the alien agenda is. Okay. I mean, there's these people who say shit like that. They're like, oh yeah, because they're a UFO experiencer, which I believe they are. But all of a sudden, they know the alien's agenda. No, you fucking don't. All right, and it's shit like that makes it fucking difficult for everybody. It makes it so it can't be taken seriously, because what it does to you, it fucking makes you fucking crazy. And so yeah, you know what? They shouldn't take people like that seriously. Uh, you know, it can't be done. And it's like it won't work with science if you just have all these esoteric fucks. You have to have someone who's really able to hold himself back, fucking level headed, and say, listen, this is how it happened. I think if they had a couple experiences with them, they could more or less figure out, oh, maybe we could build a UFO doing this. Maybe their power source does this, or it's like, what did you experience? You had some kind of weird anomaly happen. Oh, well, maybe we could develop from there. You know what I'm saying? Bob saying we lie to ourselves to protect ourselves. It's natural. Doesn't mean you're a coward. Aliens are just regular folks. They chop wood and they carry water. Why the fuck? Hell no, dude. No, they don't. At least not the cool ones, not the smart ones. I'm sure there are ones that do that, but they're like slave species, dude. They're second class citizens. All right. They're fucking shoe shiners, dude. All right. They're fucking cart pushers. Z-Rex is saying, alien porno stars, name him a cool punk rock band, right? Yeah, because you got to think, well, okay, say when you become a type 1 civilization, if you're having to cut wood and carry water, you fucked up somewhere along the line. How you made it to this type 1 civilization is, I'm pretty sure you cheated. Because if you're cutting wood and carrying water, then how are you harnessing all the energy from your planet? If you have to still do that shit. Yeah, I don't trust it. They're fucking cheaters. No. No. I want everything checked out. I want it all fucking reviewed and fucking scrutinized. For I want triple redundancy. Because we're not even a type 1 yet. So fuck, I'm not gonna give it to somebody else and let like, oh well, they're one, but we're not, fuck that. Aliens get pissed about mowing the grass. That's right. No, see, alien grass grows to 1.5 inches and stops forever. It's that sophisticated, it sits there and it pushes, goes like that, and it gets real bright green and it freezes in time. And just fucking stays in this like fucking time stasis of the perfect lawn. And it's super soft too. It does like you spray it with water and roll in it, you don't get itchy. Nope. You just smell good. And fucking like women are attracted to you now. That's how alien grass works, dude. It's like little blades of velvet. Blades of velvet dipped in whipped cream. I want to roll around in alien grass. We're type 7 shit. Or we're type 0.7, yeah, right? Aliens do drugs. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, I would assume so. I would hope so. Alien vines. They make some great fucking wine. Some fucking alien ayahuasca. That'd be cool. Yeah, Deacom's saying when you rub your balls on alien grass, it feels like a mink glove, right? You ever put your dick up to the fucking jet in a jacuzzi where it's blasting out? That's what it feels like, dude. The old fucking jet ball blast, dude. Love it. you know, uh, and really, I'd like to see, not only our aliens manifest precipitation, uh, alterations. They don't need to take a substance. Well, I mean, so it's the thing, you're basically saying that's what it is when you actually don't have information to have that kind of knowledge. There is no information available to people to be able to determine what you just said. So you're making, gross speculations, which is fine, but it's better to clearly state that you're speculating as opposed to affirming, because there's no way you could have that information. And in fact, you're taking every different alien species that probably exist and putting a label on all of them. you know um That doesn't make sense. Because everyone has done that once. Just don't put it in the suction inlet once. Shit, I do it every time I go in a jacuzzi. Just drink making a speculation. But that would be fun. Correct. There you go. See, I like that. That's right. You know, it's always best to make it, you know, let it be known that's a speculation. Because you get, cause I'm telling you, dude. Uh, how do you say your name? Turned? I'm just gonna say Larry. Let's go with the last one. Larry, we get people on here. You know, oh, motherfucking draconian, fucking reptilian shapeshifters from Nibiru, and they survive by sucking souls from the soul sucking machine that they created back in Sumeria, you know, like fucking just, you know, and they're like just a matter of fact. It's like, shut the fuck up. Really? You know, we don't let that shit on here because it's like, oh, fuck, I won't even let that shit, you know, I'm not going to be responsible for spreading bullshit like that. You know, we've got to stand for something better. You know, at least fucking somebody does. One channel, one plus. That's it. It's fucking sad. All I know is that I saw a glowing UFO, and that's all. Well, that's awesome. So, like, what kind of UFO? Like, it was just a ball of light. Fucking, how far away was it? How big was it? How long did the sighting last? You know. Bob's saying I saw a flying lava ball. See, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's the thing. It's like, you know, you only knows what you see. You know, like trying to speculate as to like its reasonings. You know, surfboard shape, amber glowing UFO floating south on the west coast. Wow, dude, how close was it? Surfboard shape. That's fucking cool, dude. 7 grams of what? I missed that. Low. Oh, see, that's awesome. It says amber color. Where have I? You know what? Where have I heard that? I've heard. You know what that sounds like to me? Um, uh, Fiery Spears. Jacques Vallée wrote a book. What is it? Fucking, what's the name of it? Like aerial mysteries of like fucking ancient times or some shit. And, they take like 500 of the best cases they could find throughout history of, you know, incredible aerial phenomenon that happened that couldn't be explained by natural means, and then they attribute it to folklore and fairies and shit like that, and then the modern day UFOs, and I believe one of them, who was it, was calling saying they were seeing fiery spears in the sky, and that reminds me of your description in a sense of this amber colored surfboard of light. Oh, it's very interesting. Big kahuna. What's up, Jerome? Why is it so dark? Oh, because it's fucking midnight, dude. What do you think? Um, is that better? No, I don't like the light on. I like it better like this. Yeah, it's cool, right? Oh, there we go. Yes, that's really cool. All right. Um, hey, Minnie Wonderlust, how you doing, baby? Happy New Year. Huge, in fact. That's cool. Uh, and other guy was nearly scalped when brakes gave out on his bus. What the fuck are you talking about, Luna? What? Bob Gray said the lava ball was big as a two-story house. It was leaving a contrail as it descended, stopped, and then took back off. Wow, that's cool. My friends were shapers. Oh well, he died after his house caught fire. Big Una, what the fuck? And then scalp when the brakes gave out on his bus. What the fuck are you talking about, Luna Sparkles? Anyway, triggered. What triggered you? What? What's the most common form of matter? A carbon? Photons? You gotta be bourbon. Oh, he said gotta go get a bourbon. Just high, forget it. Welcome to the club, baby. So he's saying, in all that we see, even back in time, what's the most common form of what we see? Light. So that's what I'm saying. Photons. Oh yeah, Larry's saying carbon. Yeah. So I mean, it's carbon for fucking, an inert matter, and then photons for, uh, you know, for an energetic, matter. It's plasma. Yeah, maybe, huh? Right? Because you're gonna have what countless stars, you know, are basically all plasma. But I don't know if I would say that's the most that you see. I would still say it would probably be photons, because you're seeing the light that's emitted from the plasma. The plasma itself is is coherent, and the photons have actually left it. The plasma and stuff are now flying at the speed of light towards your eyes. So, hmm hmm I don't believe in dark matter. A dark matter is a fucking as a way is an excuse for a gap in the physicist's understanding of the laws of nature and our understanding of quantum mechanics and astrophysics. All right, it is simply a made up fucking, it's a placeholder for something you don't understand. But the thing is with mathematics, you couldn't do it like we do with evolution and just say, oh, it's a missing link. We have the missing link. All right, you couldn't do that with mathematics. All right, if you did that, you'd be eaten alive in academia. Everyone would be like, what are you talking about? You're saying you have a fucking equation and you have the fucking answer. You have the answer, but you are missing one of the variables. How did you get the fucking answer? How did you reach that if you do not have all the variables? How is that possible? It is not. All right. So that's what would fucking happen. So instead, they come up with a theory of dark matter as a fucking placeholder for something that they don't understand, and as a way to try to make it make sense. And unfortunately, uh, none of the math ever supports it. All right, so the math has to be fucking twisted, and fucking it all has to be fucking redone and did this way to make it fucking work. All right, they've been searching for a single piece, one particle of dark matter for how long? They've spent how much money on it? They have never detected one. Ever. There is no proof that it fucking exists. And well, now we have dark energy. It's another fucking excuse for a lack of understanding something. Thanks for letting me know how high you are. Hell yeah, you high as fuck, motherfucker. um, sorry, state of matter, the liquid, gas, solid, or plasma. Okay, so yeah, because you gotta understand, like, yeah, obviously, energy, a photon is still matter because E equals mc squared. So we know fucking matter and energy are one and the same. So they can both be used uh, irreplaceably in the equation. Um, and so if you have enough energy in one spot, squared, it will become matter, will become a physical piece of matter, you know. And in fact, if you cut a physical piece of matter, a piece of carbon, if you cut it down and you keep splitting it in half, you'll get to a point where when you split it, it is won't split again. It is simply energy. It is simply will emit the last photons of its fucking existence. You know? So because in your mind you would think, well, that doesn't make sense. Shouldn't you just be able to just keep going smaller and smaller? No, you'll get to a point where it's the energy, the fucking the little little quirks that fucking. And so it's like, does matter even actually exist at that point? Does it matter? No. It don't matter. Matter don't matter. Um, what were we talking about? I don't know, gibberish. Uh, Aha, I like that pink little belly. That's so cool. Savannah bought it for me for Christmas. Isn't that awesome? Cool. uh, Yep. So, I'm real stoked about about that being in the bill. Hopefully, we're gonna get all the information. Uh, I would like to see, public hearings where the members of the public could come and express their feelings and on the subject and what they'd like to see done, and questions they might like to see answered, but not like an open fucking, not like the city council and you got every fuck from fucking the community fucking here screaming at you over fucking not that shit. I'm talking like fucking people who's what they're saying might matter. Like maybe all this shit should be vetted and then presented. Because I don't want a bunch of quacks up there asking, well, when are the Anunnaki going to return from New York? Shut the fuck up. Turn his mic off. Get him the fuck out of here. uh, you know, but it's like if you have someone up there saying like, how close are we to, actually achieving any form of usable anti-gravity? Like and are there other applications that you guys are pursuing that doesn't involve using anti-gravity but another means? I mean, have see shit like that, dude. I mean, it's got to be like we got to think about it. Like gravity is the least understood of the four forces. Um, and these are what we call fundamental forces. These are like have been and always will be, and they are just part of our universe. They go hand in hand. So, and it's a force like the force from Star Wars. Okay, like the force. We have the force in our reality. It's a real thing, except we don't call it the force. We see it, when we discover one, it is a force, and that's just something that it moves something else. you know so gravity is a force. It's able to move something. Electromagnetism is a force. And then you have the strong nuclear force and the weak nuclear force. And I believe the strong nuclear force is the so-called gravity A wave that Bob Lazar, that the team at reverse engineering the UFO at S4 was in fact amplifying, was the strong nuclear force, and amplifying that around the craft, and they were calling it the gravity A rave. I believe, like, I think that's what they were trying to describe without actually knowing it. Um, and I mean, then that's got to be really fucking difficult to begin with. Is, going backwards, like, you gotta understand something. It's like, okay, yeah, you 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 can use your phone all day long. You know every little thing about it. Could you build the phone? No. Do you understand the science or the mechanical engineering that's going in to building the phone? Do you understand how the electric the board is fucking how it works? How do the different conduits and the fucking you know the reducers and the fucking just everything on there. Like, do you understand how all that shit? No, most people would not. They don't. They simply don't. There's just too much there, and people, but they know how to use it just fine. So it's not too far out to think. Okay, so if we had a craft, we could figure out how to fly it, put a pilot in it, make it fly. Does that mean we could reproduce it? No. Does that mean we even know how it works? No. you know, you can teach a motherfucker how to play a video game. That doesn't mean he understands how to even create that video game. It's like uh, my nephew in here is like 8 years old. He can play Call of Duty. He has no idea how they make a game like that, how you render something like that and write the software for you. Just, goes right over his head, but he knows how to play it. So I could see us, really struggling, having these fucking UFOs and then just slowly learning piece by piece through trial and error. And it'd be, and it sucked because you'd have such a prized possession, you wouldn't want to fuck it up. But you have to experiment. I mean, really, you do. And you can't go and get the best fucking scientists from around. You can't go and get fucking, you couldn't go and get like a Carl Sagan and shit. Like, you couldn't go and get those guys. You couldn't go and get, why? Because there's a reason why these guys go to these schools, and there's a reason why they want fucking PhD in front of their name. They want it known. They want to be known for doing something. All right? Every fucking scientist wants to get published. Period. They all want to get published in a peer-reviewed scientific journal. That is a fucking fact. That's as sure as death and taxes, okay? And that's one thing that the military doesn't want. They need someone who doesn't care about the limelight. Someone who will do it for the money, and fucking who will shut their mouth. And that's the kind of scientist Bob Lazar was. He's like, no, I'll take the money and do it. And then he folded. His fucking wife cheated on him. He's like, this fucking bitch. I'm telling everybody. Fuck this shit. And he fucking folded. What a sucker. Yeah, because you couldn't get somebody who's like, oh, I just went to school for 8 fucking years, and I'm going to work on the fucking most amazing technology in the world, and I make some breakthrough that fucking will change the fucking course of human history. Say you're the one who discovers how the fucking anti-gravity machine works, how the engine works, or how to reproduce the fuel on Earth. You make that discovery, no one will ever know your name. And you will have changed the whole course of human history, by your discovery. Are you going to be an Edison, or an Einstein? Nope. You won't be a nothing. You won't be a rumor. You will be a nothing. Oh, some other team of dudes at Bell Labs, they'll take credit for your shit real quick, and you'll never be fucking known, dude. Do you want to keep collecting them checks? Yes, then you better shut your fucking cocksucker, okay? Because that is part of the fucking contract you signed. If for you to disclose anything, your money is gone. Your pension, all that shit is fucking seized. And you have to pay that shit back if you disclose shit. This is all stuff that is in their contracts. They have to give the money back, and they get fucking fined, and they go to prison and shit. So it's like you gotta have somebody who's like fucking willing to just, like obviously Bob had some fucking issues. When you find out your wife's cheating on you, your girlfriend's cheating on you, money, all that shit, you can give a fuck. You just don't give a fuck. And so that's just a bad situation for all. But yeah, like why didn't his partner Barry come out and back him up? Because he wants that fucking paper, dude. He wants that fucking cheddar. Listen, they know what the fuck they're doing. It's not like, oh yeah, you guys can come in here and we're just gonna, pay you like regular military salary. They're not in the military, okay? They are scientists who work for the military. These guys make fucking bank. Crazy fucking money. And it's like it's fucking that's why you're there. That's what you're there for. Make fucking money. Make this shit work. And it's got to be real stressful too because you want to get something accomplished and some of those guys are probably taking risks they shouldn't have. Like you could really tell that. Like Bob, he was like fucking scared out of his mind because he's like, we're working on this thing, and literally these guys have just straight up admitted to me they don't know anything about it. Okay, and we're fucking doing stuff on here. At any second, this whole thing could just fucking blow. We could touch something that could just zap you dead. We have no idea. It's so fucking foreign. And so he was constantly just like he was a fucking nervous wreck and shit. You know, I mean, it's just fucking. Yep. We just got to beat the Russians. That's all I know. Wouldn't most life gravitate to brown dwarfs at the end, or would it go to galaxy's core, black hole, and suck all that energy? There are, what number is that? Black holes? Um, I mean, like what kind? I guess you could draw energy from a black hole, but I don't know why you would. You know, why would you want to? There's so many other means of doing it. You know, because that's the thing. So it's like people think, oh, okay, well, see, you got to think outside the box. Uh, oh, well, so we exhaust all of our stars. Now we're trying to suck the energy working off black holes. Well, if you're thinking outside the box, you can't exhaust all the stars. Not when you're making them. you know. So that's how you gotta see the world. You gotta see it in a sense where there are no limitations. What's faster than the speed of light, bro? The speed of thought. Why are you saying rip Joe Rogan? What did he say? No, we get our energy from dead plants and the sun. We get our energy from a bunch of different means. Hey, what up, golf man? How you doing, buddy? It's a meme. Okay, good. I don't pay attention to memes. I don't even. Darkness because it is there before a light can go there. The darkness isn't moving. It doesn't have a speed. And it doesn't have something that you can even measure. Where is its starting point? Where fucking the photon is emitted. The darkness doesn't get emitted. So, Bob Gray said he died. It would be terrible. Uh, so yeah, I think like the speed of thought, I think, is faster than light, only because uh and it's hard to describe, but there's one way I found that really fucking that people really understand, but they have to be a certain type of person, and that's if you're a musician. uh I am a musician, and so using it to explain to musicians, when you're a musician and you're jamming, okay, and it has to be specifically jamming. Not you're writing, not writing a song, okay? Not sitting here, you're working, not working on a song, writing the chords, going over the verse, going over the fucking chorus, not doing that, writing the bridge. No, but jamming, all right? So it's a thing that bands do where everything is it are just fucking playing, okay? So fucking they're just coming up with it off the top of their head. Basically, they're making music that's being ad libbed, all right? So you know what ad libbing is, when you're just making up shit off the top of your head, just like that. Well, bands do that when you're fucking, you've been friends, you've been in a band for a while. They're like the same band. The members all know each other. They know what style each person does and what they like to do, and so they're able to just sit there and just play music like fucking, like Fish. They just fucking jam. So they'll have a song that's 17 minutes of it just playing a bunch of cool shit. So when you're playing, um, at the moment in time, like in reality, what you're doing, you're all hitting a couple notes, all right? Well, before you hit those notes, the fucking notes and fucking chorus and shit that's going to be coming up after that, way after that, is already written through your thought before the first thing has even started. So it's like it's like um it's like running a race, like if you're in a race, uh and you don't actually have to show up to the track. You've already won. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like everyone else is having the race, and you don't need to go because you've already won, because it's a thought. It's so far ahead of space, of time, and the speed of light. It's just so far ahead of it that the shit is already done before a photon could be emitted from, before a fucking a movement could be fucking, recorded. A fucking a guitar stroke, or a fucking, a snare snap, fucking, it's like you just do it, your mind does it, just like in your mind. I don't think, like, there's no, there's no barrier like this, speed of light, like limitations like that. uh yeah, it's more like, well, like, I mean, like, you think about, like, Einstein and his thought experiments, uh which is completely relevant, absolutely works, and anybody could do it. It's a matter of, solving something by sitting there thinking of it, and thinking of the different ways it could go. And a lot of people do it, they don't think about it. It's like something that doesn't stick out to them. And then uh, a lot of people do it, like I do it all the time, for entertainment, for myself, and to help me, feel that I'm fucking, uh, uh, that I'm gaining the knowledge that I want when studying a subject. So like UFOs, or ancient astronaut theory, or ancient history, or civilization, shit like that, and whatever, or quantum mechanics, or just physics, whatever. uh yeah, like, I like to do thought experiments, because when I do the thought experiment, it gives me like the basis for making it become a reality. And then uh and that's why I feel good when I, if I can't make a basis for practical effects, then I'm just daydreaming. You get it? Which is not bad, but you know, it seems like a waste to me. You know, like there's so much you could gain from the daydream. It's like that's the difference between a thought experiment and daydreaming. It's uh, the practical applications coming from the thought experiment as opposed to daydreaming. You know, Thoughts affect the charm particles and the flavors of neutrinos, a million of which just passed through my thumbnail. That's right, absolutely. Are neurons faster than light? Are neurons faster than light? No, I don't think so. I think they travel at the speed of light. Um, yeah. And the only things that go faster than the speed of light are fucking our our ability or inability to measure something in the first place. It's really comes down to the observer's ability to measure something. Hey, happy New Year! Is it New Year for you guys over there in Hawaii? Blake, Brent, glad you guys can make it. A daydream could be pulling information from the ether. Well, it's like a thought experiment, too. Or like I like how you put that because it's like, okay, so obviously, physicists and shit, they struck down the ether long time ago. Everyone knows that. However, it's still used in a very broad sense still, uh, and I think we need to rename what the ether that is still used today of like a like a the the collective consciousness, like the state of mind that's everybody's. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but there's like a part where you're everybody, um, and that's why I think like the ether is what people are trying to describe as that sensation. I think just give it more descriptive term. 45 minutes ago, or you have 45 minutes to go. Oh wait, you're behind us. It's you still got 45 minutes. Yeah, you got 45 minutes to go, right? They're always fucking yeah. You guys are always like fucking yeah. That's right. Okay. Yeah, they're behind us. What's crazy is once we reach the speed of light, when we travel at any factor of it, i.e., 2 times the speed of light, we will never travel at the speed of light. Uh, it, you got to remember. So the faster you get, the closer you get to the speed of light, the more your mass increases. Hitting the speed of light would be more mass in the entire universe. And physically, it simply doesn't work. Mathematically, it doesn't work. The equations don't pan out. They break down like they would inside the inside of fucking black hole. The physics just simply don't. They're incorrect. They're incomplete. So you can't move matter to the speed of light. All right, you can only move photons, something that has no physical matter to it, at that speed. However, special relativity, you don't need to physically travel faster than the speed of light if you warp the space time around you and bring your destination closer, which is how UFOs travel, apparently. And third phase is saying Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year's to you, too. Third phase. Love you guys, as always. Uh, Hope you guys are having a good time over there and getting fucked up. or not you guys, whatever. Fucking clean boys. The good guys, uh, nice and professional. I'm sure they're not smoking weed or drinking beers or, you know, doing anything fun like that. Probably just sitting there, you know, uh, paying credit cards and watching tennis or whatever white people do. You know, I don't know what you guys do. Sit around eating mayonnaise or something. I'm just fucking with you guys. Uh, Hawaii is practically the last time zone with population on the planet, right? um, yeah. Um, what was I talking about? Nothing. I don't know. Oh, um, uh, Blake, Brent, hit me up, when you guys are done. Are you guys going live? Are you guys doing anything or whatever? Um, if not, I'll hit you up when I get done or whatever. But yeah, hit me up when you guys get a chance. Uh, I got some cool ideas brewing. Um, you know what? I'm not making any resolutions. I want to get fat. I don't want to lose weight. I don't want to help anybody. I don't want to quit smoking. In fact, I want to smoke more. You know, uh, yes, I do. Larry, um, it seems to make the most sense. And then from personal experiences that I've had that I use to help me determine, my religious and philosophical beliefs, uh, the simulation theory is the only one that closest resembles what for my experience, and so it seems plausible. And it's a thing. Like my belief, I don't even. It's like I talk about UFOs and shit. I don't even fucking. I don't even like telling people because it's so fucking crazy. I'm like, it's almost too much. Um, but it is what it is. You know. Yeah, Hawaii is zombie proof. You're zombie proof, but you weren't fucking corona proof, huh? You know, zombie proof, motherfucker couldn't even stop the fucking corona. um, I'm so glad this fucking year is over, dude. He said, I don't know a damn thing about simulations and dimensions. Cool to me, right? Uh, yeah, I base everything off just my personal experiences, even no matter how strange they are. But I usually do a pretty good job at, trying to, you know, determine the reality of everything, and and what's what, and uh, I've never been afraid to fucking just stand the truth and call it like I see it, even if it makes me look bad, or if I know I'm gonna catch shit or whatever. If it's fucking the right thing to do, then it's the fucking right thing. If that's what I believe, I'm real steadfast in my beliefs. Um, However, I'm I'm very open to changing my beliefs. Like, I don't, nothing is in cement for me. You know, New information dictates what my beliefs will be. if there's new information, my theories and my understandings will change to incorporate the new information. Okay, I won't I won't change the informations to fit my already held beliefs. I think that's one of the biggest problems people have is they just want their beliefs to be true. I want mine to be true, but also I want to support the truth. And so if mine are wrong, then I have to change what mine is to, facilitate the truth. AI quantum bot or just bored? You're in the chat now. What are you talking about? UFO proof, that's right. They theorize there are membranes or like what's that say? Slizzles? Slices. Slices. Motherfucker. There are slices of bread, but the power needed to pierce through that vein into another dimension would be equal to all the power of the universe just to pierce through it. It's possible. Uh, Maybe not though. you know. So I mean, like, I don't think people, really understand how powerful just their own chemical machine is, just their own brain, and the power that can be produced from that. Um, there might be ways to sidestep it, you know. Renee is in every chat as a mod. I know, right? Renee, you UFO slut. Get out of here. Stop sucking UFO dick. Isn't she a mod on fucking third phase? I think she's a mod on fucking UFO man. She's a mod everywhere, dude. Oh, cool. We're rushing away to no light. Who knows? uh, there is one thing that I do want. Now it's a new year, um, and that I want to try to make it a point this year, and for real. Like I say, like I'm always like, this is it's a community channel, you know, but there is a lack of community being on camera on this channel, and it's basically nothing but my opinions on shit, um, which is fine. I guess it's like any other normal channel, so there's nothing wrong with it. However, I think there's a lot that's missing, and so I want to set it up so I can have proofers, you guys, coming in and doing your own shows, you know. Uh, so there's not just a fucking, it's not just a single point of view in the UFO world, because I think that's really, even when it's mine, which I think mine is the best, clearly. uh, but I don't think it's fucking, you can't get all, you can't formulate the best hypothesis when you're using such limited information. And so I think if we have more people coming out on the channel and being a part of it and sharing their experiences or whatever the fuck they want to do, that it'll help us all, understand a lot better. Uh, because like I said, it's like most people, like all the subscribers on here know my experience. Most of them, know like most of the stuff that's happened to. Obviously, there's stuff that's happened that I have not told anybody, and everybody knows that. Okay, that's personal shit. That's for me. That will come at a later time. But as for everything else, you guys all know it. You guys all know the whole deal. Uh, there's nothing I can add to that except for new experiences which may or may not happen in the future. So there's only, it's like you get stuck at how much you can, learn from it. And then how much am I learning from you guys? Very little. What I'm reading in comment section. We got to set it up so the community has a place to come and where you guys can be a part of the channel for real, and share because there's some people who really want to share their experiences, who want to find somebody who's had that same experience, to help them to fucking, listen, or just they just want to talk and tell somebody, or they whatever, I've been in that position, and didn't have a fucking outlet, and didn't have a place to go. And yeah, you guys can come and do it through the comment section, but I just don't think it's the same. Um, I think some people just really want to get their voice fucking heard, and you know that's all. If I can help anybody do that, then I have to do that. So I think we're gonna try out something new this year and see if we can't incorporate that in. Um, yeah, I mean, we kind of had it going before, but that was just to the point because we were doing Google Hangouts so much. The guys, I just let motherfuckers just come on the channel, just take over. I don't give a fuck, But it's like I'd like to help other people, like even produce and edit videos or whatever. If I can help them do that, whatever. Um, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Uh, Fuck no, dude. Andromeda sleeping. She don't sleep. No. Oh, you know what though? When she does sleep, you want to know how she sleeps? On my head. Like I'm laying down, and she just comes up and her whole body on my fucking head. And then I try to move her, and she starts screaming. And I say, fine. And I sit there, and I suffocate. And I smell her stinky little baby farts all night. Because I'm a fucking pushover for that little girl. And I just let her do whatever she wants. She just sits there and farts in my face all night. And she's like, ah, hey, Dad. It's like, you fucking little baby. God, I love her. She could throw up in my face. I just be like, I love you. um, I will not have a mod. Well, maybe one. What? OBS broadcasting system software. Yeah, you use that or whatever. Fucking, I don't. I barely use it. I have it. I have a paid premium OBS. I have XSplits, and I have the premium fucking package. It's paid up for a year. I don't ever fucking use it. I'm like, what the fuck do I pay for? You know. Well, that's because I like the original style of video editing and shit. And I like shooting video and editing it, that way just through the computer. So you're just having a good camera and shit, like my fucking OBS, like I could just fucking. You don't even need a fucking camera. I can use a fucking virtual camera on through my phone and shit with it. It's fucking cool. Excuse me. I created a group of tree climbers, 13,000 peeps, and they voted me out of my own group. My mods did. God damn, dude, for real? That's fucking shitty. What the fuck? I was drunk. I was worthless. You drunk motherfucker. Baby formula. She's a fucking year and a half, dude. She don't fucking drink baby formula. She fucking eats real food, dude. And a lot of it. She never stops. That's funny. So I was drunk, I was worthless. Voted out of your own group, dude. I don't know. So like, would it bother me if I was voted out of UFO proof? No, not at all. Like I said, I don't really care about fucking people being cool. I'm like, I have like a little bit, and then I'm done. I'm like, yeah, whatever. you know, I'm like a loner anyway. So would it bother me? No, not really. But do I think it could happen? No. Like I say, would it? But I say that in a sense, knowing that it's like impossible. It's like, are you afraid of falling into a black hole? No, because that's never going to happen. The probability of me dying by falling into a black hole, very, very small. So small, in fact, that I have literally no concern for it. So the same goes for getting voted out of, the channel that I started. No. Um, I'm simply entertaining. uh, it just wouldn't be the same. You know, you could call it UFO proof, but you know, you could call power bait caviar, right? Is it? No. So people came from around the world to talk trees and NC, and I wasn't invited. You fucking loser. They're like, shh, here he comes. Everyone, pretend we're not here. Don't answer that. It's Bob. No, the other Bob, the one nobody likes. Yeah, Gray. Yeah. Okay, I heard his corridors. Right. Oh, wait. Shh, he's coming back. Call him. Tell him to go down. Right? I unfriended you, Kyle. No, you didn't. You better refriend me now, you fuck. God damn it, Bob, you son of a bitch. Yeah, bro, it would definitely not be the same, right, Dinkum? Just want to be the same, Like, what the fuck, dude? It would be like a saltine cracker with no salt on it. You'd be like, ew. How can you call yourself a motherfucking saltine and there's no salt? What the fuck, dude? This is dry ass fucking square fucking paper bread is what you should be called. Not fucking saltine, motherfucker. Um, right? That's right. Hell, me, I'd be called a motherfucking Ritz motherfucker. I'm like a fucking Keebler fucking um one of those fucking club crackers. Yeah, that's what I am. I'm a Keebler club cracker with some sharp cheddar and a joint on the side. Yes. That's what I am. Mm, I love them fucking club crackers. Those things are good. Right? Hmm. Would give you a Rudger. Oh, how? Oh, yeah. Fucking the signed fucking photo. Isn't that great? Or like a cookie without the chips and crunch, right? It's like fucking cereal with no sugar, no milk, no spoon, uh, and dirt. You know, I love Blade Runner. So see, you know why I got it? I'm all about blind fury, you know. And I don't know if you guys know what that is, but for any motherfucker who does, that's right. I went there. He cut his fucking eyebrows off, dude. That shit was bad as fuck. You know you a bad motherfucker with a sword when you cut a dude's eyebrows off. They fall down in front of him. You a badass, dude. That's right. And at the fucking end, dude, he picked up old boy's fucking katana, cut the motherfucker in half. That shit was bad as fuck, dude, because this shit went into fucking jacuzzi and electrified jacuzzi. That shit was so cool. Fucking blind fury, dude. Goddamn. Mm-hmm. Yep. Shit's awesome. I'm gonna watch that tonight. Without a possible chat room that's permanent. Blind furious, right. I got to log on to social. We have New Year's birthdays today. You're not going anywhere. You're staying right here. Fuck them, all right? Fuck those new babies. Yeah, I'm jealous. I'm not a New Year's baby. I was late in the year. My birthday's in November. Fuck them other babies. Curse the first New Year's baby. Our world will never fight with swords again, right? It's all for looks now. That's it. Yeah, fucking 90% of the weapons I own are useless. They're nothing more than fucking pieces of art to hang on the wall. You know? Will we ever get disclosure? We already got disclosure. We already have been told by the military what we wanted this whole time, that the UFO phenomenon is real, that UFOs exist. And they did it exactly the way they needed to. They came out to tell the truth. They came out and said, the UFO exists. We don't know where it's from. We don't know what it is. We can't say it's extraterrestrial because there's no sign saying that. We don't talk to the aliens. All we know is what we can observe, you know? So through those observations, you know, they're not trying to make assumptions. They're trying to, you know, gather data from the observations that are made and then, you know, make a fucking, educated guess, but never just trying to assume something, you know? In fact, because the thing is, you got to go with what's more likely. Okay, well, the more likely is that it comes from somebody here on Earth. Well, how is that possible? That's fucking so fantastic. So it makes more sense for it to be aliens in another country, because especially if another country did do it, what the fuck? Well, where, what happened to all of our fucking trillions of dollars that we pump into a defense? I mean, they're like the next 20 countries, all of their defense budgets combined isn't like even half of ours, you know? I'm talking like China, fucking Russia, fucking all of Europe, fucking Germany, everybody, all these guys, all the like the major fucking G12 countries and shit. All of their defense budgets combined is not like even half of ours. You know? And all of a sudden, these guys have leaped us in scientific technology and understanding by orders of magnitude. Someone's getting fired, you know? And we better be going to war with somebody quick because, we didn't just give you all this fucking money not to go to war, all right? So, you know what? If you're not making us badass scientific equipment, you better be killing motherfuckers, dude. You better be going over there, blowing shit up, stealing that technology, bringing it back, erasing their history, claiming it as our own, erecting giant statues of ourself with huge penises, big muscles and shit, dude. Chiseled features, just standing there standing on top of our defeated enemy, of our fucking vanquished foes, right? wearing their shoes and shit, like we're running around in town and shit. Hmm. Of course, they know more than they've disclosed. However, not much more. In fact, they probably don't know. There's probably a few people. There's probably a few experiencers who probably know more than they do. They, their information is limited to observations uh, through recording devices. Um, Almost none of them are having direct observations or direct experiences with the phenomenon. So they haven't even been able to interpret that part of it into their equations for understanding what's happening. To try to make um to try to solve the fucking to solve the equation. There's variables that they're missing uh, because they don't have direct experience. So being an experiencer myself, I know for a fact they're missing these variables. They have to have them to understand this fucking picture. If you don't have that, they're not going to be able to understand as much. That's just hands down. So they can have all the fucking UFO videos in the world. They can have the most up close fucking 8K fucking steady cam gimbaled fucking footage all day long. But without, the variables of understanding when you're having direct experiences with the UFO, okay, when it's targeting an individual, without understanding how that works and the reasons behind it or how it functions, they're missing a huge part of the formula, and so they'll never be able to solve for X. Sometimes the ability to gain the info is more secret than the info, right? I was gonna learn to speak Chinese, bomb them, right? I had the highest clearance there was. What do you mean? Says everyone. Yeah, tell them, Luna. Says everyone, right? Yeah, says everyone, right? Oh, you were 38 levels above Q clearance, right? Hmm. Yeah, I didn't have the Q. Hmm. It's funny. Like, it's a big deal getting a fucking clearance. And they go through a big fucking deal. And I'm like, um, do you realize how many people in the White House right now don't have a clearance that the fucking company would not give it to them? Like Jared Kushner and shit. And they're just like, he can't have clearance. Well, why? Well, because he's just too much in his background. He's too conflicted with other countries and shit. So we can't give him the clearance. Give him the clearance anyway. It won't mean anything. Like, he's like, go ahead and just do it. You have the clearance. Okay. Can you tell him this? No. Why? Because he doesn't have the clearance. He's got a name tag that says it. That's it. Fucks. You know, it's so fucked up. Trump's like, oh man, $2,000. Awesome. Right? Okay. Why did he stop the other shit? You know? Why did he fuck everybody over? I mean, I'm talking like fucking, here, like down on the ground, motherfucker, everybody was fucking, just had nothing, fucking, no food, no fucking, shit was getting fucking shut off. Like people were depending on this shit, dude. I mean, you see people just on the side of the road because they ran out of gas and they're fucked. Like I'm just like, it was so bad. And what was his reasoning? None. He didn't even have a political reason for doing it. So he fucked over hundreds of millions of fucking Americans on Christmas. No presents, no Christmas dinner, none of that shit. No fucking check, no nothing. Because he was just lazy. Because he wanted to go to Mar-a-Lago. Because he didn't care. It's like, dude, all he had to do was sign it. He didn't ask for anything else from it. He didn't get anything from it. He signed the original one. Okay, the one that he signed where we got this stimulus right now, he signed, that's the same fucking bill. He could have done it a week ago. He just didn't. Because he's a dumbass. And he just fucked so many, I mean, so many people's Christmases were just ruined and just unbelievable, man. And, and I try to give him a fucking, I tried to give him a fucking, a little leeway because, you know, uh, if affluenza is real, he probably has it. He's whole life he's had money. He doesn't really understand the concept of right and wrong because he always thinks he's right because no one can tell him wrong. When you have all the money, when you're raised to fucking, be a crook, by his father and shit like that, fucking teaching him how to fucking rip off the state, rip off fucking workers, all this shit, get jobs completed for you and then just not pay any of the fucking construction workers, and shit like that. Instead, call the cops on them for being illegals and shit, which is why you hired them in the first place, just to be able to do that in the end. Like, it's so, it's just, the guy is so unbelievably terrible human. And just the dumbest motherfucker. An embarrassment. What are you going to do? Half the country is idiots. I'm sorry. Not you guys. You guys are on the smart half. Most of you. He is shady. And I don't like talking shit about him. I know it pisses my subscribers off. But after this, I just don't care. I don't care if I piss my subscribers off. You know what? And I'll lose them. I see it every time. I talk shit about Trump. Fucking subscribers just drop because they just take off. Bye. Go ahead. You fucking don't let the door hit you. No, in fact, let the door hit you. Let it smack you right in your fucking ass so you get an idea and maybe you can understand next time. The man doesn't care about anybody but himself. The only thing he ever did while president was enrich himself. That's the only thing that was his only concern. Was never the people. Everything he ever said at any of his rallies was a fucking lie. It was. Yeah, he almost bankrupted us, But it's just like, how are you going to do that on fucking Christmas, you Grinch motherfucker? Dude, I didn't think you could steal Christmas. And he stole it. He's the motherfucking Grinch, dude. How did a Grinch get in the fucking White House? That's unbelievable. I didn't even know they existed. He stole Christmas. He's like Mr. Burns. He's like just the evilest fucking rich, corrupt fucking just like, what the fuck? This guy is like a comic supervillain. And he just laughs about it. Doesn't care. Like, ha ha ha, let's eat some fucking McDonald's. Yay, ah, fuck everyone else. And I feel I don't want to talk shit about him, but I'm sorry. After seeing this, I'm just like, God damn, you know what? The people that support him, why? What is it about him that you think that what he did is okay? Even if you don't care about everybody else, can you not see why this injustice is not a good thing for people? Or are you so fucking up on your own dick that the concern for other people is beneath you? The only thing that matters is your selfish self. And you people are the worst when it's the only thing that matters is you. I hate that shit, dude. It's like when the only thing that matters is you don't know what friends are. You don't know what love is. You don't know what excitement and um you don't know what pain is and loss. These things are foreign to you. You may have heard of them, but you can't understand them. You have to care about other people if you want to understand any of those feelings, or any of those traits that make a person a good man. You know, you have to have honor and integrity. You have to stand for something better. You have to believe in something. You have to you have to care about people if you want to understand any of these things that people around the world wants to be loved, to be happy and shit like that. When all you care about is yourself, none of these things will ever work. This is why Melania doesn't love Trump. This is why she doesn't hold his hand. She doesn't love him. He knows this. He clearly admits it. This is why he can cheat on her. He doesn't care. I can't cheat on my girlfriend. I will never cheat on her. She will never have to worry about me ever going and cheating on her. Could we fight and break up? Sure, yeah, that's possible. Will I ever cheat on her? No, because cheating, it hurts. It's so bad. It's such a mean thing, and I've been cheated on before, and I understand the pain of it. And it's like I can never do that. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if he goes and cheats on Melania. He cheats on her all the time. Fucking, he pays him fucking with campaign money to shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter, he doesn't care. He's like, Melania, listen, that's fake news, okay? He's like, well, why did you give her $130,000 to not tell people if it was fake? That's fake news too. I didn't give him $130,000. Where are you getting this stuff? Listen, you need to stop watching the television, okay? And you need to start fucking watching your diet, because you're getting a little fat, and frankly, you're pissing me off, all right? So go make me a fucking sandwich, take care of Barron, wipe his ass, whatever the fuck you do, shut the fuck up and look pretty for the cameras, okay? I got golf to play. Because he doesn't care. He just cares about himself. That's how he treats her. Which is fucked up. But she's like, at the same time, she's like, oh, it's okay, Donald. He's 78. He'll be dead soon, and I get everything. So I understand. She's like, it's just a little bit longer, Baron. It's okay. He's going to go any minute now. I'm not wanting him, wishing him dead or anything. That's a terrible thing to say. I'm just saying. So you understand the concept. The Russians drained my bank account 2 years ago. Yeah, we had some Russian run-ins with the Russians here on this channel with Third Phase and shit, man. And I had to go. I went to them fucking behind the scenes, and I gave them the heads up on what was going down, and they laughed at me. They didn't fucking believe me. Yep. And then it happened, and they were like, "Oh my God, you were right." I was like, "I fucking told you, man." I'm a nerd. I pay attention to that shit, dude. I understand. I'm highly into politics. I know how political world works and what's going on. I understand psychology. I studied it for a long time. I understand what they're trying to do. I knew what they were trying to do when they came to my channel. I knew that they were going to be going to other channels. And so, smart thinking, I fucking hit them off at the pass and tried to tell as many of my fucking homies as I could. Like, hey, man, you need to watch out for this, blah, 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 blah. This is going to be coming up. Trust me, it's going to happen. And it fucking did. And I got laughed at by my friends. And they're like, shut the fuck up. I'm like, just wait. Okay, fine. Call me crazy. See. Right. Oh, nothing. So during right after the the 2018 midterms, so they had such success in 2016 with their social media blitz and stuff that they're trying to use it again. And fortunately for us, a lot of people had caught on, and so the same tricks weren't working, so they were looking for new ways to go about it. And one of the things that they were real smart about, and I give them props for thinking this, but obviously they there were, parts of the equation that they didn't understand, that possibly there are going to be some people who are actually smart, and not just talking shit out their ass. And so, and that's where they fucked up. Because I don't just talk shit out my ass. I actually usually have a pretty good idea what I'm talking about. And so they came to my channel, and I was able to track down where they're from, and I could see where their uh, um, IP address was from, and it was coming from Russia and shit like that, and they're trying to donate money to my channel, which I fucking needed money, especially then, but this was a lot of money to donate to me from people I didn't know, and I'm like, they haven't even been on the channel that long, and I can use my studio tools to go back through my analytics and see when did they join, blah 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 and shit like that, and and then I can also go and track their comments and shit, and I can use their own stuff against them to see what they've said to other people and shit like that, and using certain other sites like a third party apps like Social Blade and stuff like that, I can see what they said, and I'm seeing a lot of political push coming from these guys, and I'm like, this is actually part of a fucking a campaign by the Russians and their intelligence agencies, to fucking to sway voters and shit into a direction they want. So they're trying to use propaganda against us because people are stupid, and this is true. And unfortunately, we're considered part of the conspiracy theory people, right? So and they know that people who believe in conspiracy theories are super gullible and incredibly easy to manipulate. In fact, so easy, literally, you can make a video and claim the world is flat, and you will get a couple dumb fucks who believe you. All right. So knowing this knowledge, they simply tried to hit up every fucking any conspiracy site they could to try to push their agenda and their propaganda. And I knew what they were trying to do. I called it out real quick. I refused to take their donation, and then not only did I not take their donation, but I immediately went on YouTube and told everybody what the fuck just happened. Then I went to my homies and explained to everybody, all the big channels. I'm like, this is gonna happen, all right? Yeah, you might not fucking believe me, okay? That's because you fucks, listen, none of those guys were political at all. And if they were, they just followed Trump like fucking dumb fucking Blake and Brent fucks, okay? But then it came down, and I was absolutely right, man. What's up, brother, man? Happy New Year.
Yeah, man. I love it when I can do this.
What the fuck?
Remember that thing? I was going through my PayPal things. I got my stimulus.
Huh? No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Just now,
What?
midnight.
I was just talking shit about Trump fucking everybody's stimulus, dude,
tonight,
right, dude?
But yeah, and I was looking through my thing. She's all, what'd you get last time? And I'm like, well, $1,200 per person. And
I'm glad I say shit out loud.
Yeah, that. So, I found it, and I was like, see, because she thought I got double payment. And I'm like, no, man, I ain't getting nothing for you. So your sister might have some money coming, man.
Hang on, come here. You guys, this is my brother Bill. Bill, just everybody, yeah, fucking, I should probably get off here anyway, man, it's late. Word, right, You were supposed to actually come on here a while ago. What the fuck are you doing?
Dabs,
I know, I just seen him
fucking
going.
high as shit.
Fuck, dude.
I'm stoned as fuck right now. It took me this long to come out here.
Yes, dude, Jesus
That's good,
Christ,
my
dude.
seat, bro.
Oh, fuck, dude.
No, I got a hell high, bro.
Yeah, I thought.
And then I was strolling through and I found that. I'm like, oh, yes, sweet. That once refunded. I don't know what the hell that, whatever
That's
said,
fucked up,
oh,
dude.
I said
Are you rubbing that shit right, dude? I bet you were dancing like a motherfucker, dude.
I was strutting, bro.
All right, dude.
Moving on up.
Oh, fuck, dude. All right.
George Jefferson up in that bitch.
I bet you were, you motherfucker. You even fucking moonwalking on bed, dude. All right, I'm gonna get off here and go get fucking high real quick. What the fuck was I saying? I forget. I don't know. It's fucking cold out here though. Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for coming. Look at my fucking blonde hair. Jesus Christ. It's fucking terrible. Thank you guys for coming and joining the New Year's live chat. You can help support me by donating to my PayPal, becoming a member. Support me on Patreon, buy UFO proof merchandise through Teespring. Just all around, find some way to funnel money to me. I don't know. There's like a million different ways. Just I need money. Bad. I ain't got no. Where's my stimulus? Motherfucker, Trump. Thank you, Dinkum. Yeah, whatever. Also, since it's a new year, I'll let you guys in on something. I have a new episode of UFO Hunter coming up, and I gotta say, it's probably the funniest one I've ever done. That's fucking great, dude. And my members are all gonna get the outtakes of this fucking video, and it's fucking awesome. So come and join and give me some money and get in on that. And all the other cool benefits you get with it. I love you guys. I will I'll be posting in the morning, so I'll talk to you guys then. I'm broke, need money. That's right. Tell them, Luna Sparkles, go out, go to your fucking dad, say, Dad, listen, I need some fucking coffee, and then give that money to me, okay? Deacon, you'll get it before everybody, so you ain't gotta wait too long. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys next time. All right. Stay up. I love you all. Right. UFO proof out. Happy New Year, you guys. All right.